Hey guys, it's April from Good Books and Good Wine, filming another vlog for you, this time in the middle of the week. Today's vlog is about Book Expo America and my resolutions for BEA 2014. I am that type of person who likes to set goals. Like, I love making New Year's resolutions. I make like 20 every year, and I usually keep half of them, so that's kind of cool. And I always resolve like stupid things like, oh, finish off a whole box of tea, and I've done it. Whatever. I like setting goals, and I don't care how small or big they are. I just like to do that. So anyways, this year I came up with a couple different resolutions for Book Expo America. And I don't care how weird that sounds. Like, I am setting my own personal goals and resolutions. The first resolution that I have for Book Expo America is don't get sick. Last year at BEA, I was in perfect health until it was the first day. I went to a party. I ended up losing my voice. I had laryngitis so bad that I could not talk until the last day of BEA. And this was the year where I was on a panel at Book Blogger Con, and I had to frickin' write my notes and what I wanted to say and show it to the panelists next to me. Being sick sucks. So this year, I vow to take better care of myself before Book Expo. Also, I think what led to my getting sick last year was a lot of stress. I went through a big job change. I was going through a move. So this year, none of that's going to happen, right? Right. My next resolution is to be less shy. And I know, like, I'm sitting here talking into a camera like a crazy person, so you would think, oh, this girl's not that shy. But, like, really, when I'm standing around in lines and I'm not near people I know, like, I'm not going to interact with the people around me, even if they look familiar. And I'm not just going to, like, walk up to somebody and be like, hey, you're that person. I recognize you. Because that's weird. Well, I mean, it's not weird. Normal people do that. I, however, have a lot of trouble doing that. So I am going to practice my schmoozing. You know, I'll be like, hey, you are such and such, as I can see by your name badge. Let's exchange business cards. Last year at BA, I did, because I was kind of like in my own little world and kind of shy, like, I ended up reading 3 books while in line at BEA, and I would also kind of get bored on the Javits floor, and I would like leave and like sit and just read instead of like wander the booths and talk to people. I'm gonna try and do less of that this year. I'm going to try and actually act human and outgoing. And speaking of which, I feel like I'm doing like all the opposite things that these BEA advice posts that you'll probably be reading tell you to do. Like, all of those posts are like, be social, be outgoing, talk to people in line, hand out your business cards. I never do any of that stuff, and I still manage to survive BEA. Whatever, it's about being yourself. Anyways, I also am going to resolve to hand out more than 5 business cards this year. Last year, I think I handed out about 5. But, like, what's the point? I already have contacts, and I already know a lot of people, and my business cards have my address on them, and I don't want any weirdos getting my address. Actually, I need to order new ones for this round of Book Expo. So maybe a set with my address and a set without. My next resolution is don't be that guy. And by this, I mean I am going to make sure I do not lose my shit around Garth Nix at this party that I have been invited to that he will be at. He is like this world famous author, and it's going to be so hard for me to not be creepy and weird and be like, hey, you're that guy that wrote Sabriel? I really like your use of bells. Like, that's weird, and I'm gonna try and not be a weirdo at BEI. So you guys, if you see me weird, just be like, hey April, calm that shit down. Stop being weird. Stop. My next resolution is to attend all the open bars. You guys with me on that? High five. We're attending all the open bars that we can. Free booze. Or as some of my friends like to call it, boozy BEA. My next resolution is to obtain Mortal Heart by Robin Lefevre at all costs. This is the only book that I actually care enough about to wait in line for. It is the only book that I am adamant has to come home with me. The other books are like a nice little icing on the cake. They're like a side topping. This is the book, though, that I am desperately in need of. And, you know, I think we all have our, like, one main book that's, like, The Ring, you know, that we need to get to chuck into Mordor or whatever at the end. And I think a lot of you are watching this video and are thinking, what the fuck? This girl just butchered Lord of the Rings. Listen, I read the books. I liked the books. I really like them. Actually, I love them. I saw some of the movies. The first Lord of the Rings movie always puts me straight to sleep. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like in the beginning where Frodo's like frolicking through the Shire and there's the fireworks at Bilbo's party. I'm out like a light. As soon as they play that music and then the dragon firework comes in, I could not tell you what happens next in the movie because I'm sleeping. My next resolution is to take all the pictures. I am that person who doesn't take a lot of pictures at BEA, so I'm like looking for my friends' pictures, and then when I feel not lazy and I'm like, hey, why don't I do a recap? There's like 6 pictures to choose from. 6. And I have no excuse to not take pictures. I own a freaking iPhone. Like, come on, camera in my pocket. I think some of you guys know that feeling, though. You're so busy, like, living life and going out and enjoying your open bars that you forget to snap some pictures to commemorate your happy memories, because your memories are all in your head. But I want happy memories and photographs. My next resolution is a huge one, and it's going to be, like, impossible to follow, but I am going to try, damn it. I am going to try. And that is to limit the amount of books I pick up and obtain. I want to bring home, I'm not going to say a number because that'll be like not good to hold myself to, and then it'll also embarrass myself. I mean, I'm not the type of person that like has like 6 bags on my arms, like from the floor. Most of the books that I've obtained at BEA are from outside events that I get invited to. But I really want to limit what comes home with me. Like, I don't have that much space for books. I love books. I do. And I have this whole, like, 1 book in, 2 books out rule right now. And it's really hard to follow. And I know, like, BA is awesome. It's really great. You see all these books and you get so tempted by them. And then you take them home with you and, you know, you read them eventually, but there's still a pile of shame of books that haven't been read yet. That's sad. And to go along with this resolution is my final BEA goal resolution. My final BEA goal resolution promise to myself and the internet, whatever, goes hand in hand with my last goal, and that is to read all of the books that I've obtained from BEA by January 2015. I am going to do it. No outstanding BEA book pile from BEA 2014. I am going to read all of them within that time frame. And then they'll all be out of my house, and I won't feel weird or awkward or like a bad book blogger, book reviewer, booktuber for not reading the books that I pick up, because that's really embarrassing. And confession time, I have a lot of books that I've obtained that I haven't read yet, and I don't want to do that with this event. I want to be on top of it, and then you guys can make me do it. Just be like, April, have you read all your books yet? Have you read all of the BEA books? And in order for me to save face, I will have to be like, I'm working on it. Or when I finally finish it, I can be like, yeah, I did do that. Thanks for asking. Actually, that sounds really menacing, doesn't it? Anyways, guys, those are my BEA goals and resolutions. What are yours? Leave them down in the comments. Are you going to BEA? Are you excited about it? I want to know. Tweet me or something.